Good morning to you all. Good morning, Catfish. It's a beautiful day to prosper. All right, Tony Henry, good morning. Tony, first in again. I was wondering how some of your picks yesterday went, so we'll look at those right now, Tony. And just so you're aware of it, show you what's going on here. This is XRTX. XRTX had a nice fleecing this morning all the way down to 237 a share. And now we're looking at 251 bid, 253 ask. XRTX called out by Daryl Elliott. I want to say good morning to all of you cats who are going to help us hopefully find the right stock today that's going to make us a lot of money. We're going to look first at AVEX. AVEX, folks. Pinching it right down to the 200 day. So we've seen one effort to the 200, two efforts to the 200, three efforts to the 200, and they finally tapped the 200 day. Even got a little bit low right now. And this is on a 5-day chart, folks. Let's look at the 20 day. Oh my. Folks, this might be a place to nibble on this. Rising 50 day, rising 45 day, rising 200 day, and they take it down below the 50. First time they've been able to get it below the 50. Well, actually, second time, right? There was the first time. But you see what happened after that, don't you? And now they do it again. And again, they get it down to the below the 50. They try a second effort and that far away from the 50. They try a third effort and tap, just almost touch the 50. The fourth effort hits the 50 and goes right below, just like here. See? Could be a good place to pick up a few shares. Just a few. Don't go in, never dive in, folks, never. This was called out by Tony Henry yesterday. Morning. Another one he called out was SPRC. There it is. And that looks very promising right now. There's your low. This morning's low was, looks like, 499. SPRC. I think I bought it there. Yep, I got 30 shares. And I'm up $34. Or actually I'm up $34 on it. And see what else might be open up today. BIAF is slightly up today. GPRO up, still going up today. And I did not sell all of that. Let's look at the chart on that. GPRO. Man, I like this SPRC right here, folks. I like it. SPRC. There was yesterday's mid-afternoon low, 466, Savannah. See this number? 467. I bet you it was 466. I really do believe it was 466. Right there. Trying to get 466. SPRC. This shows me whoever's manipulating this weak. They should have got 466, not 467. I'm saying it like it is. That's what it is, folks. Look at that. SPRC, folks. It looks primed. Look at the 20-day chart on this, or the 5-day. Look at the 5-day chart. Triple upside crossover 5 days ago. This is why yesterday I was saying not to sell XRTX yet. Or what was the other one? One Love. Yes, I know. I know it. I know. I understand. I'm okay with it. But you know what? Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Anyway, this is SPRC right now. And I like it a lot. SPRC. Look at that 5-day moving off of the 10-day, and look at all the long moving averages rising. The 200, the 50-day, the 45-day. SPRC, folks. I provide, you decide. All right. And the bid right now is 542 a share, and the ask is 566. Okay. So the bid just jumped from 542 to 549. And the ask is now 565. 16-cent gap between the bid and the ask. And the bid just came up to 551. SPRC, this is the one, folks, I'm looking at. It was called out yesterday by Tony Henry early in the morning. And here is the 5-day chart. Okay. And what I'd like to teach you guys now, and I show people this every day here, and this is called mirror trading. Hey. So when you look at this price, you see in the past these lines of resistance. I have a line there. I have a line there. I have a line there. See? There's also should be a line right here. Right here. There should be a line of resistance right there. Okay? And there should be a line of resistance now right there. There's an obvious line of resistance right there that they've created right there. Right there. So you can use these previous lines of resistance to determine as it goes up from here where your resistance is going to be. Simple as that. All right. You know, somebody said to me the other day that the reason that they're not sharing your channel with too many people is because they don't really want these secrets to come out. I'm showing you secrets they don't want to be disclosed. Or can we all like and share the channel? Thank you. One love. Yes. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. But the cool thing is that there are a lot of people out there that I know are searching for me by name. And if you'll give me a second here, I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. And here we go. But we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And I'm going to show you guys something in a moment. For someone who is being, as you said, and I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's still not a bad number of viewers here on this channel over the last 28 days. Okay? If I were to go to my channel, which I'm going to do now right now, and I was to go to my live streams, and if I was to scroll back here, just give me a minute, folks. Is day trading gambling? Yes, there's a risk. Yes, there is certainly a risk. I'll be the first to tell you that. Now, for those of you that are new to this channel, let you have a little bit of background. Number one, I am known as Catfish Tyler because I buy on the bottom. I have been day trading for 26 years since I got lucky and won a bunch of money on the Wheel of Fortune. And I had a good friend back then that told me I should get into the stock market. And it was in the year 2000. So I did. And after my 25 years of trading, me and several others that were trading as a group together and helping each other become successful in trading, we learned something very valuable. We learned a valuable lesson on a stock called SoFi. And what I'm showing you this for is because it was SoFi that I started telling everybody about years ago. And what I'm doing now is I'm scrolling back through every single SoFi thumbnail that I've ever created. And man, did I talk about SoFi. And for those of you who are new to this channel, be it understood that I bought into this company on a specific day, May the 4th, 2023. The price of this stock was $4.59 when I bought my first 400 shares. Now, I had a lot more money to invest, but I always start out by going slow, low and slow. And I continue to go in in small increments as the price rises. This is my method that I use. And I'm scrolling back now on my streams to 2 years ago. Okay. And as you can see, I was using one thumbnail about SoFi 2.5 years ago. I tried that for a while. Okay. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want you all to see something. Okay. I started talking about SoFi right here. This is the day. And on that day, SoFi's stock price was $4.66 a share. This is my history here on this channel, folks. And this is my first day putting up a video about SoFi. All right. My very first stock video was this one. And I was using the name Tizoid 8, using charts to predict. And I was on a stock BIGG 4 years ago. 4 years ago, folks. That was my first video. But then, and again, you can see here, ATER, I was talking about it, Tizoid 8, 4 years ago. 29 views, folks. 29 views all day long. Well, I only had this is a 12-minute and 45-second video, 16-minute video. But this is where I started out, folks, on a stream about a stock, and I got 29 views. It kind of makes you wonder, why would I even keep going? Good morning, Catfish. Hope you had a great time with the family yesterday. Yes, I did. Are you ready to get rock steady? There you go, Gary. Darkness past. BE. Bloom Energy. Yep. All right. So today we are on April 22nd. Yep. And we're looking at all these people chiming in here with stocks already to look up. We got AIFF. Yep, AIFF. That one's been called out before, and we've made good money on that. Tony Henry called it out. And open. All right, very good. Thank you. Daryl Elliott, IDYA. Got it. Daryl Elliott. IDYA and ELAB, okay? I might still hold a little bit of that ELAB, I'm not sure. And TLS. Got it? They all have catalysts, okay? Good, good. I like catalysts. Yep. Thank you, Daryl Elliott. Great luck to you as well, my friend. What was the last one you were looking at? SPRC. This is what I was looking at this morning. SPRC. Now, what I'm going to be doing you here is on this channel, we use the suggestions of other stock channel members who are using this type of gear and software to find hot stocks. So we're working here to read. Yes, investing in the market is gambling, but what we're trying to do is increase our odds. Okay, that's what we're here doing. We're increasing our odds. When we're using this kind of, when people on this channel are using this kind of software, it gives us a definite immediate advantage. Okay, there's no question about it. We are an advantage. When you trade as a group, in my opinion, it's undeniable that we are at a major advantage over trading blindly. Okay, when you're using all of this type of scanner equipment and screeners, you're upping your odds, folks. Some might even call it cheating, right? And I'm not going to guarantee these same results, but I think when we look at our top trading stocks that we've been trading during the last month, I don't think you get these kind of results. And just so you know, this is all during the month of March, and we've had some other good runners since then, even that I haven't written down. But when you get these types of results, it's not just random luck, and it's not just because you're guessing. It's because, folks, we're using a swarm mentality, the intellect of all of us combined, not just us as individuals. And there is no doubt that there is indeed strength in numbers. Okay, there is strength in numbers, and we got ourselves a little army here, like army ants, and some of you are designated to go out and forage, find food sources. Some of you are designed to be the big heavy lifters and carry the weight when it comes to once the food and food source is found. Some of you are in an area where you're watching over the queen ant and taking care of mama ant. Some are taking care of the brood and making sure that the pupae are getting what they need. And some are, I mean, it's all of us are using different scanners and different types of screeners here on this channel. And this gives us a wide advantage, okay? And not to mention all that combined with my 26 years of experience and being able to understand and dissect these charts and explain to you how reverse reverse, or what's mirroring it's called, how you can determine where the lines of resistance will be based on its past. Folks, you you would have to agree, I think, without denial, that this form of trading gives us an advantage over the average Joe by themselves, all alone, unprotected. When you see, for example, this price moving upwards right here now off of this 200-day drop, you might take note that this thing dropped more this morning than it just did below the 200 now. And you might also wonder, well, why did it come up here and stop right there? The 5-day, the blue line. Why did it stop there? Go back and look at the past. See right here, when it got to this point, they tried to stop it there. You can see the little hitch to the sideways and then up. So you know there's going to be resistance there. Look at here. Look at that long period it sat there on that line. So you know already there's going to be resistance there. So you sell a little bit there if you're day trading the stock and pull it down and boom, you buy it again. Then it comes up to this line and you know this is going to be a line of resistance. Look at this line. Boom. It's a big line of resistance to the drop there. So now it should be resistance to the rise. And it was. As the price started to come up, it stopped. Okay. You're using the history of the stock to determine where your lines of resistance are going to be as it moves up. Understand? Pretty simple. And this is the kind of stuff I show people over and over every day. And I just gonna pound it into your mind so you understand how this works, how you can make this your advantage, how you can take advantage of this knowledge, and you can understand where, even if it ever drops, you should put lines in down below so you'll know, hey, if it ever drops, this is a point where before it was resistance at this level right here. So I'm going to put a line there. And if the stock drops, I might buy a few shares right there. That might be a good place to buy it right there. And this is what I try to teach people on this channel. Okay. I make no guarantees. I don't make any promises. I don't I don't have, all I'm saying is I think we have a distinct advantage on this channel working together as a team. So when you have this many members, and there's others on here, and by the way, if you happen to be using some sort of equipment and you'd like to have your name added to this list, then please tell me what it is you're using, because if you become someone such as Marty, for example, who's picked out some very, very good stocks using his tip ranks, well, you might want to think about using tip ranks and take a look at that, because it's obviously working. He has picked out some major, and for that matter, everyone on this list has hit some very good runners. Every one of them. JB Chateau has picked out some awesome. All right. Um, Everybody on here, JP Panic has picked out some mind blowing runners. Piyush Bhatka has picked out some very, very good ones using charting lens. And so you might want to consider looking at some of these types of software to raise your odds, or just be on this channel and use everybody's together. You don't have to buy all of them. You don't have to go out and invest in all this software. Everyone's doing the work for you. All you got to do is listen to what they suggest, go look at the stock, and just make a decision. Okay. And on this channel, my motto is now I provide, you decide. My motto changes. I also have one that says I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And this is another one of my very common phrases, because I am often wrong. But I'm more often right, and that's what's important. Okay, you're going to be wrong, folks. There are times you're going to be in a stock and it's going to do a public share offering. There's nothing wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just the company did a public share offering on you, or it made a reverse split so they could get some more value to their stock and raise the price of the stock into a more attractive area. What you need to understand is when stocks are priced below $5, certain institutions are locked out. They have guidelines and bylaws, and they aren't allowed to buy stocks or invest. Certain institutions are not allowed to invest until the price of a stock is over $10. They don't invest in stocks that are under $10. It's just an institutional rule. And so, to give you an example of a stock exactly would be TNXP. And I want you to know about this stock. I'm going to take you back 3 years. All right. And I really should, I guess, go less than 3 years. Let's try 180 days. Well, just give me a minute here, folks. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to take this back further than 180 days. I'm going to do the 1 year chart. All right. So, this stock here, ladies and gentlemen, it was called TNXP. And here on the channel, there were some who were with me when I started talking about this stock. And what happened was, and I'm going to even try to go out to a different time frame, 2 years. Okay. Uh, well, I guess that's too long of it. Too long. Just give me a moment here, folks. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to change my time frame up here. And I'm using Charles Schwab Thinkorswim in case you're wondering. And I'm going to change my time frame here to right here. And we'll go to there and then the month. Let's try around September and go okay. Well, I still can't pull it up good the way I want to. But at any rate, I guess that 1 year chart was close enough. So this stock was priced at under and $2 a share. It was at $2 a share. Okay. And I was telling everyone about it. And it started to go up a little bit over 2 to 210, 220. Katie Wentworth was here at the time and others. And they bought in with me. And it went from 220 back down into the 190s. Oh my gosh. Then it was in the 180s. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they were getting very close to their third stage approval for a drug that they had, TNXP. And I told everyone actually got a member of the FDA, which has joined their team to make sure that they cross every T and dot every I because they were fast tracked for this approval for this. Levosimendan was the drug. So what happened was they did a public share offering on us and a reverse split of 200, all right, gets one. So for every 200 shares, you got one share. And the price of the stock went to immediately from $2 to $20. And then it fell and fell like they always do, because that's what happens when you do a reverse split. And it was worth $20 a share, dropped all the way down to 11. Now, first, and I explained this to everybody at the time, The reason that they're doing a reverse split now, 200 for one, is to get their dollar per share value over $10. They knew that it would go from 20 and drop like a freaking rock, but their intent was to keep the price over $10. This is what I'm trying to express to you. And so when they did the 200 for one reverse split, the price went to $20 and then it fell to $11. And I called Double K and I said, let's buy this now. Okay. Because they had achieved what they wanted. They got the price right before the FDA approval on the drug over $10. And the importance of that is what I just explained to everybody about 20 minutes ago. Some institutions cannot buy a stock unless it's over $10. So once they got their price on the reverse split over 10 and it was at 11, then when they got the approval for the drug, boom, the thing jumped up to 69 because all those institutions could then buy in. Do you understand? This was a genius move by the company, but sure, it hurt shareholders. But this is what happened, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago. All right, a year and a half ago. And I told everybody, listen, this stock has just done this reverse split to get their price over $10 a share. So when they get the approval from the FDA, then it'll go all the way up because they'll have all the institutions that can buy in. Every institution, almost all institutions can buy into a stock over $10. Okay. But many of them will not. They have rules that they won't even touch a stock unless it's over $10 a share. So TNXP, they knew this. They knew they needed to get their price over $10 a share. They did a huge reverse split. They got the price to drop. They knew it was going to hurt shareholders. They did not care because they knew down the line for their shareholders, this was going to be the best move to make. Get their price over $10, get the FDA approval that they were fast track for, and then boom, 69.97 high. So I'm sharing this with you because reverse splits are intentional and they are also unavoidable. All right. Companies will continue from now until the end of time to do public share offerings, maybe convertible notes like Anthony Dodo did with SoFi 2 years ago on that convertible note deal. And they made out like a bandit on that. They lowered it. And for those of you that are here on this channel that have been here for a long, long time, some of you will remember uh, some of you will remember this that I'm going to show right now. When I was talking about SoFi, ladies and gentlemen, and for those of you that are joining me late, I decided to come down memory lane. And I went back to my very first videos that I ever posted about stocks. And that was 4 years ago. And I put up this 7-minute video about BBIG. And then I put up 4 years ago another one about ATER. And I had 29 views, folks. 29. And here, 27 views. And then, ladies and gentlemen, here on May the 16th, I did a video about SoFi. The price of the stock was $4.66 a share. And I said, SoFi, buy now or bail out. Watch and decide for yourself. And this video was 2 hours and 8 minutes that I streamed. that I talked about SoFi, and I told everyone about a guy who had just downgraded the stock to a target price of 250 a share. His name was an analyst named David Chiaverini. He worked for Webush, is the name of the company. David Chiaverini. And he was a 0-star rated analyst. A 0-star rated analyst. That's right, folks. He had on the stars that were below his analyst rating. A star has 5 tips on it. He had 1 tip of a star for a rating. He was horrible. His success rate at failure was phenomenal. He was very successful at picking horrible stocks. And I pointed this out to everybody on this day. And I suggested you should buy this stock. It was on May the 16th, 2023, and the price was $4.66. And on this day, I bought 2 blocks of SoFi on that day, just to show everybody my commitment, that I was committed to this stock and I was going to buy 2,000 shares of it right then. And I did on that day. And that same day, Anthony Noto bought as well. But he, of course, bought way more than I did. Okay. So this is the very beginning. This is where it all started. I had 156 views streamed for two streamed for 2 hours, telling everybody that I thought SoFi was a good buy at 466 a share. And from that time on, that's all I talked about was SoFi, folks. And during that duration, my channel has now gone, well, I've had over 2 million views of this channel since that time. And for some reason, I just blew it and clicked on that page. I didn't want to. Now I'm going to have to scroll all the way back down. But I'm letting you know, folks, that in the beginning I was streaming and I was only getting 100, 200. If lucky, I'd get 100 viewers each day. And so on this last view, I'm happy to see that still, even though I've gone way down, I'm happy to still see I'm still getting 4,000, 3,700. It's a lot of people still watching, folks. They haven't all stopped watching. 3,200 views yesterday. And who can complain about that? Or 7 days ago. And but yes, here recently, I have had a reduction in my viewing amounts because I've been a little controversial. So we're going to go swing 180 and try to be compliant with all the desires of my viewers, is to see only about the stock market. So from now on, what we're going to do is just talk about stocks, and we've got a lot of them to talk about. So let's start off with, and I hope you all are listening out there. And right away, we are going to see a big jump in viewership today, having made this new clause to talk only about the stock market. And if you guys want to chat about other topics, about health and other things, that's fine. But we're going to try to stay on focus, on goal, and see what happens to our viewership, if it will begin to leapfrog back up into the 20,000 a day. Because there was indeed a time not long ago that this channel was receiving about 4 times as many viewers per day as it is now. And perhaps it's because I have deviated from the stock market topic line a few times. And that's just something that they don't like. So we're going to 100% focus. And if we drift away to any other topics, that'll be just for a half of a moment. And we're going to stay on stocks and get back up to 16,000 views a day, 17,000. That is our goal. We want to get the message out to as many as we can about these people that are on this fine channel. 16,000 is what we want again. We don't want these small numbers. We want 13,000. We want 17,000. We want 16,000, right? We want to get back there, back to where we belong. And the way we're going to do it is by continuing to talk about stocks, hot stocks, and teach people how to day trade, teach people about mirror trading, teach people about reverse splits, and why companies do it. Teach, teach, teach. We're going to keep teaching, and we're going to keep getting subscribers, and we're going to keep growing this channel, and keep thanking all of our channel members who are the reason this channel is still alive. It's because of all of you who are longtime supporters. I'm very, very, very grateful to all of you who have been here, supported this channel, and helped it grow. And I want to say thank you so much. And we now have still 2 hours almost until the market opens up. So we've got plenty of time to look at everybody's call outs. And one of the things I want you to be aware of is one of the stocks that we've been holding on to and looking, and it looks very good even still at this point, is SIDU. Some of you have held on to it. By the way, I see now that yesterday SIDU closed yesterday 375 a share. SIDU now 394, 395. And yes, we bought some of it in the low fours. Yes, we did. But we bought some. And I want you to be aware, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are following this channel, and I want you to be aware that um, we don't buy in huge amounts on this channel ever. That is not what we do on this channel. When we see what we think is the bottom, when we see something like this right here, I buy 20 shares. Okay, I buy 10 shares. Then it comes up here, and when it pulls down a little, I buy 5 more. Then it comes here. When it pulls down, I buy 10. When it comes up here, when it drops, I buy some. When it gets up here, I sell at this known line of resistance. Then it drops, and then I buy some more as it comes up here. And I want you to notice now with this stock, look at the distance from where this 50-day low was to this point here. Okay. And what I want you to do on this line, that price, ladies and gentlemen, is 91 cents. 91 cents. Be aware of that. Understand that this price where the 50-day line was 91 cents, and the 50-day then rose to how much? 91 cent to 264. That's $1.70, folks. $1.73. $1.73. The 50-day went up. $1.73. Well, if the 50-day was here, what price was that? What price is that? 230. What is 230 plus $1.73? Okay. You're talking $4. If this one here went up $1.73, okay, then from here it's almost 230, $1.70. You're talking $4. If the 50 can move from here to there, that distance, it could easily move from here to the same distance up. It could go up to this line, folks. Okay? This 50-day now could easily move past all this because there's never been much traffic here. There's never been much resistance here. So this 50-day now on this stock, SIDU, it could make the same move it did from here to there. It could now do the same move and go up to $4. I see that easily, easily. And many now still believe that with the SpaceX IPO coming out, that it could go even higher. It could go to $8 or 10, I've heard speculated. And I don't make any guarantees, but I'm just showing you that right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can see here pretty clearly that this 50-day average saw no resistance at all, even though there should have been some resistance to it right here. There should have been resistance to it moving beyond that, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Man, it blew through that. And it went from right here, 91 cents, all the way up to right there, 266, folks. It's $1.70, folks. $1.70 that thing went. So it easily could go from here another $1.70 up. And that's 230. So you're talking $4. This 50-day could go up that high to $4. But you should use this as a measure of the possibility of where the 50-day could go up. And by the way, when the 50-day gets to $4, the price of this stock could be at 8. All right, just so you're aware of it. And the only reason they stopped it at this number was because of way back, way long ago, a long, long time ago, this became a line of resistance. I've charted it, I know. So this is the stock SIDU. You guys, I provide, you decide. I provide, you decide. Uh, Now, I want to get over on my channel here, and I want to look at right here. Hold on a second. And oh, another thing about the stock SIDU that I just showed you, you might want to take account, and I'm going to refresh the screen. I want to see if any other institutions bought in yesterday on that manipulation down on the news about the public share offering. In case you don't know about this stock SIDU, SIDU space, okay? They just signed a deal with another company that they're going to be expanding services to them. And when you expand, that takes money. So they did a public share offering. All right. And the public share offering price is $4.35 a share. Well, yesterday, and that announcement was made on Friday. Okay. So 5 days ago, they made the announcement that they were going to do a public share offering, and that made the price of the stock fall substantially. We had even sold it at $5.83, and we sold it at $5.86. It went all the way up to $6.08. And then they did a public share offering, and it fell into the fours, the low fours, and we were buying it. Well, yesterday, uh, one of these analysts, uh, they're outlets that provide upgrades and downgrades, and these analysts call out these stocks. And well, one of them called Benzinga yesterday. And my buddy, Double K, he has a friend that works for that company, or used to. He's not working there anymore, I found out. But this guy, a writer at Benzinga, decided to re-release news yesterday at the timing of it was perfect because it was 1 minute before lunch. And first of all, we already know, most of us on this channel, that lunchtime is one of the best times to buy into stocks. We know this because They market makers take advantage of a drop in volume and people just not being around, and they sometimes, well, almost daily lunchtime is when you see the low. You know this, folks. You've been with me here for a long time, and you've seen lunchtime lows. And as a matter of fact, my son makes it his that is his game plan. He doesn't buy anything until lunchtime. The lunchtime low. He's seen it too many times. So here we are. This company yesterday re-announces the public share offering, and the timing of it, ladies and gentlemen. They came out with this yesterday. And by the way, look down here. Here's when they announced the pricing of a public offering. They announced it on the 19th. Okay. On the 19th, they announced the SIDU space public share offering. $58 million is what they were trying to generate for their expansion and their for their growth of the company. And like I said, they just got this deal with Lone Star Data. And with Lone Star Data, they're going to be giving them additional orbital data storage. Well, they got to build their storage capacity. That takes money, folks. Well, why am I telling you about this? Well, because the news came out on the 19th. The price dropped immediately. Then look at this. The next day, they hit another news outlet to put it out again. In case you guys missed it, that they're doing a public share offering, we'll tap another news offering on the next day, and we'll hit two of them and get them. And actually, we'll have three. Why not do three? So on the 19th, the news came out. This affected the price downward. But what better way to keep shorting the stock and keep making money against them by doing the release of the news the next day? And the same three outlets. Let's get them all to talk about it. Let's get everybody to talk about it. Here it is another one. Four outlets, five outlets. Let's just spread this like a disease. Okay. All right. And then why not do it the next day as well? Why not get another entity to put out an article on it on the 21st? Okay. Which, by the way, was yesterday. So you want to milk a public share offering? Start it out and announce it to everyone on the 19th with just one little outlet to get the price to fall some, and then go to one, two, three, four, five, six, seven other outlets, eight the next day to actually knock the crap out of it. And then I want to know how many, if any, institutions added now that they did that yesterday. So let's go over here, and we're on SIDU now. Institutional owners. Did any of them snack that? Did they buy up on the bailout yesterday? Let's go see. Let's go see. Did they load the boat? No. Now, actually, one is, but still. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know. Oh yeah, they didn't have more come in, but this is a much higher number. Yesterday, I believe this was 1,000, just over 1,000. I showed you. I know it was not this high. So I can tell you one thing, they didn't increase institutional ownership, but the percentage of their value portfolios went way up. All right, look, go watch yesterday's video. I showed this about three times yesterday. And look at how much it's jumped up to 1,324 now. I challenge any of you to find another stock like this SIDU that has had institutions increasing their portfolios over the most recent quarter by 1,324%. You go try to find that. I don't think you're going to find an equal. I do not believe you can find any company that equals this most recent quarter. In other words, over the last 90 days, 1,324% average portfolio allocation. That is huge, folks. Look at the institutions buying in over here on this chart. They're buying in like crazy. And yesterday, when that stunt was pulled with the, oh, let's announce the public share offering again, they acquired even more. They raised their position. I know it, folks. I'd love to go look at yesterday's video right now and see where it was. I showed this because I know yesterday during the live stream, I showed this 3 or 4 times. I'm going to take a picture of it today, right now. I'm going to take a picture of this. All right. Because I want to have record of this. I want a record of that because, and I wish I would have taken a picture yesterday because I know that it was not this high. I know for sure it was not this high, and it wouldn't surprise me at all that they would want to get the price down yesterday so they could just hoard up some more shares of it. Because I think they know what I believe, and that is that with the SpaceX IPO coming out, all of these space stocks should be able to piggyback along the shoulders of that IPO. All right. And I think they know this. I think this is part of the reason for their repeated uh, issuance of a story to try to keep hacking the price down on SIDU. And this is, you know what? I stand up for stocks, folks. I stand up for stocks. That's just what I do. When they come after a stock and they try to beat it down, I come over and I validate the stock if it's worthy of that. If it deserves, if I believe it deserves to be treated fairly, and hey, there's always two sides to every story, folks. I promise you, there are always two sides to every story. And one of the things I want to show you right now is, and you're right, yes, I defend stocks when I see them unfairly treated. And I want you to see something. This is how my channel started out. This video I put out on May the 16th. I streamed this video for 2 hours about SoFi. And the reason I did is because I wanted to defend this stock, which I owned. And I told everybody that 2 weeks ago, when I did this video, I told everybody, hey guys, this is my first video about SoFi. I want to defend it because this guy has come out, an analyst named David Chiaverini. His name was David Chiaverini, and on this video, I'm talking about him, okay? He downgraded SoFi and said the price was, and he's a 0-star rated analyst, folks. A 0-star rated analyst, ladies and gentlemen, a 0-star rated analyst, David Chiaverini. And just so I can show you who I'm talking about here so you'll all understand, we'll go over to Google and we're going to put David Chiaverini and we're going to put tip ranks. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the person who started this channel because I owned the stock SoFi and he attacked it. And he is, at the time, he had just one tip of a star. He didn't have what he's got now. He must have improved and he must have upgraded SoFi. He must have raised his target price on SoFi and that got him almost a full star. But this is the guy right here. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to know, just like SIDU, when I see some idiot like that come out and beat up my stock and make the price drop, because I had bought it 2 weeks earlier for $4.59 a share, and on the day he downgraded it with an estimated 250 target price, Man, I was pissed off and I started this channel. Yep. And I started to defend, and I was defending SoFi. And I also was using information that I got from a guy who I want to call out. And I want to call out this guy. His name is, and we're going to have to go to YouTube to do it. His name is Hurricane Lopez. And I'm going to go now, and I want to show you what we all owe this channel to. This gentleman right here. His name, again, Hurri. There he is. Hurricane Lopez. Hurricane Lopez. This is his channel. He was telling everyone on that day I discovered him on May the 15th. I was looking for information about SoFi, and here's the channel. This guy right here is the one that introduced me to David Chiaverini and let me know what a horrible analyst David Chiaverini was. And when I heard him talking about him and showing his thing, I said, I'm going to echo that tomorrow. So the next day, ladies and gentlemen, the very next day, I started my channel and I started talking about SoFi. And this is the day that I started. And you can see my channel had 156 views. Okay. 156 views. And one might wonder, why did I keep, if I could only get 150 people to watch my stream 2.5 years ago, and this was May the 16th of 2023, why would I even keep going? If I only had 156 views, you might ask, wouldn't I just throw in the towel and go, this is pointless? Um, I put up a 2-hour live video and I had 156 views. And but people were interested, and some believed what I said, and some of them bought at $4.66 a share with me that day, because on that day I bought 2 blocks of SoFi stock. And not only me, but Anthony Noto, the CEO, bought that day too. He bought way more than me though. But he bought at the same prices. He bought at 466 and 467 and a half. Those were his 2 orders that day that filled, 466 and 467 and a half. Well, let me explain. When I told everyone about SoFi here on May the 16th, 2.5 years ago, well, 1 month later, the price had gone from $4.66 to $10.23 a share in just 4 weeks, less than a month. From May the 16th to June the 14th, it went from 466 a share all the way up to $10.23. And my channel started to grow. Okay. So you can see as we go through time that all I was talking about here, as we move forward in time, I kept talking about SoFi every single day. Okay. I was wanting to make sure everyone knew about SoFi. This day here, when I titled my video, SoFi says women are better investors, it's true. They are, in case you didn't know that. But so I'm going back to the beginning of time today. We're going down History Road. And you can see I was streaming for 1 hour and 42. I had 34 views, 350. It started to pick up, then 91, then 130, 123. And this was just day after day, every single day. SoFi, 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 SoFi. I was a SoFi warrior, people. And I stood behind this stock because I wanted to see it keep going up. And then I had 240 views. And then the news started to spread. Hey, Catfish got me to buy SoFi at 466. It's at $5 now. Oh, hey, Catfish, I bought it at 466. Now it's at $6. And then I got bigger and 570 views. Yep. And then it started to grow, 399. And then 536 views. And it kept growing and it kept growing. And I was doing pretty good. It kept getting bigger, and I kept getting more and more people buying this stock, SoFi. Then it went up to $7, and then it went up to $8, and it went to $9 and 10. SoFi, and I kept putting out videos. I just kept cranking out video after video every single day. I was not streaming all day long at that time, but then I started, and you can see 6 hours I streamed that day, 199 views, 6 hours of streaming, 374 views, 310, and more people were buying the stock. And it just kept going up. And then it got to $10 and we sold it. We all sold it when it hit 10.23 a share. We sold it. Then we got to buy it back a month and a half, 2 months later at $6.41. SoFi. But this is my channel. And as you can see, all I talked about was this stock. Every single day for hours and hours and hours, I talked about this stock. Well, I also threw in some other ones, of course. We looked at other ones. But then it was after about a year that I started to see a real increase in viewership. And I jumped into the 900s to 1,000 a day. And by this time, SoFi had gotten up to around $10 or $11 a share again. And it was really starting to make a move through the teens. And during all of this time, SoFi just kept going up and up. And as you all know, about 8 months ago, it was at $32 a share. $32 a share, folks, on this stock that I had told everyone to buy way back when at $4 a share, 4.66 a share. And man, I kept throwing up these thumbnails to get more and more people tuning into it because I wanted to attract people to SoFi. I wanted them to come and see that it was time to get in on it and buy this stock. And then all of a sudden, I jumped up, and this is the first road trip I took, and I changed my format from a full widescreen format, which is all these videos had been getting done in widescreen formats. And I went from that on a trip. And while I was on the trip going to Florida, I saw my viewership jump up, and I saw it jump on a live stream to 2,700 because I was using my cell phone. And I never knew this before. And then I had 5,000 using my cell phone, and I suddenly realized, holy crap, I can reach tons more people using my cell phone than I can when I'm streaming from my house. Look at the difference. 3,000 views here, and stream from my house when I got home, 901. See, I'm at home there again, here on the road with my camera, 3,000 views. And I finally decided right then and there, holy crap, I can reach a lot more people streaming from my phone than I can doing this from my house and using a full screen. And so I decided then and there to start streaming from my phone because I was only getting 400 views if I streamed full screen like this. See, 400 views streaming full screen, 800 views streaming with the full screen stream. But boy, I tell you what, when I went to the phones again and I was just doing the partial screens, it took off. And so right here, you can see I was getting 2,000 views a day, 1,000 views a day. But when I went here, I would get almost 2,000 here in the narrow stream screen, and it became obvious. 224 views on a full screen stream, 224 views, and then down here, 36,000 views on a phone stream. 36,000 views streaming from my phone. 17,000 views streamed 2 years ago on my phone. And I suddenly realized, holy crap, I can reach a lot more people if I stream in the vertical. All right. Look at that, 22,000 views streaming in the vertical. talking about SoFi, 23,000 views, 22,000 views, streaming in the vertical, 21,000 views. This is 1 year ago, 16,000 views. Streaming in the vertical, 36,000 views, folks, 1 year ago. This is on a single day stream, 40,000 views on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, we must have got lucky. Streamed 1 year ago, 40,000 views, folks. And I want to thank all of you who've helped me here on this channel. But one thing's for sure, we're not getting 20,000 views anymore because I think what I've been doing is deviating from the stocks too much. So we're going to try to get back up to 20 and 30,000 views a day. We're going to stop talking about things that are irrelevant to the stocks and try to stay on target here, okay? Because we need to reach out and get as many again when we're up to 15 and 20,000 views. We can't let what I'm saying get the channel bashed down to just 3,000 views a day. Okay, we need to get back up to 16,000 views a day and 21,000 views. We need to get back up to that. So that's going to be my target. We're going to be trying to get back up to the 15s and 20,000s. So we'll stick to the stocks, okay, everybody? We'll stick to stocks and see if we get the results that I think we might if we do that, okay? We'll stick to stocks. We'll stick to the stocks. And everybody, please try to stay on frame with this. And let's stick to stocks. That's what we're going to do. And because really the most important thing is that we reach as many people with this trading tactics that we're using. That's really more important than anything else. And reach the masses. That's what we're trying to do. And I know this isn't the most convenient way to look at a screen in the narrow streaming format. I realize that. I know it would be all a lot easier for everyone, but streaming this way, it has its advantages, and I like that I can move. Yep. All right. So let us now move up here to the stocks that have been called out today. Um, and I am here as I defended SoFi against David Chiaverini 2.5 years ago. I'm going to defend SIDU against the attackers of it over the last 4 days. So I'm going to do my best to see at least 2 or 3,000 people per day look at this stock SIDU because I want them to get a good deal on this. I think now's the time. And by the way, it's already over $4 again after yesterday's. And I want everyone who's here to remember we do not hit the like button here. We're going to hit the like button in 5 minutes at 8:16 and 8 seconds. Okay. So do not hit the like button, please. We'll hit the like button at 8:16 and 8 seconds. And I'll set my timer now so I don't forget. All right, everyone. Please help the channel. And I appreciate all of you who have been steadfast viewers of this channel and here every morning. I mean, it's still an hour and 15 minutes before the market opens, and we've got 60 folks here with me that are wanting to learn and maybe get on a runner today. And hopefully we can all make money with Lord willing. All right, so DCX, okay, got it. Several people calling out DCX. Thank you. When R. Richie B called out some good ones. So let me get up here and address everyone. We're going to look now at AIFF, called out by Tony Henry. We're going to look at OPEN, called out by Tony Henry. We're going to look at IDYA, called out by Daryl Elliott. We're going to look at ELAB. We're going to look at, I did not see that other one, TLS. We'll do that one. We're going to have a look, and he says, have a great day and good luck to all of us, tanksters. Thank you very much, Daryl Elliott. Uh, I think now it would be your first looked at. They are shadow banning your channel, Tyler. Van, we all please share and like? Yep. Mirror trading is great strength and resistance strategy. Yep. Trade Hero Live. Thank you very much. That is, I agree with you 100%. Darkness Past says, take a look at BE. Darkness Past. Thank you very much. We'll look at that. That was called out by Double K yesterday. The Crazy Monkey. Good morning, Catfish. Hope you had a great time with the family yesterday. Yes, we did. We have a major material capital raise placement going down at Resolution Materials. The Whisper Mill is 7 cents AUD and a strategic partner announcement. Okay. Thank you, Gary. All right. So, as I said here, in 2 minutes from now, we're going to please do a simultaneous like button hitting, and I would appreciate it if you wouldn't mind. Until that time, can we see a little love? Do you think we can see a little love? Let's see if we can see a little love here on the channel, everyone. And I'm here to put a heart on the screen if you will put a heart on the screen for me. So there you go. There's a heart on for you and a heart on for me. There's a heart on the screen for everybody to see. There's a heart on for me and a heart on for you. There's a heart on the screen for everybody to view. Hello there. Good morning, Wendy. We're going to be hitting the like button here very soon. We're all hitting the like button at the same time. Here we go. We're going to count down to hitting the like button, everybody. And we're going to hit it at 8:16 and 8 seconds. All right. And we're going to start the countdown right now. Thank you for all of you who put a heart on the screen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please hit the like button right there. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the tank. Let's see here. We got to say hi to everybody up here. Look at all this chat going on already. Man, I'm way behind everybody. Oh, man, way behind. All right, Solo Lee says he got his stinking shirt. I absolutely love the I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Yeah, thank you very much, Daryl Elliott. It's actually, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But I'll take that one as well. I'm probably not. Yep, that's a good one. I absolutely love. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. By the way, one of the shirts we're giving away next is the I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That's right. That is the next shirt we're giving away, folks. On the next shirt we're going to give away, and this one is ready to go, and I autographed it. I want you to know that I got a letter back. I got a letter back on my email from my winner who won Pitts, Mr. Pitts, and I said, "Do you want me to autograph the shirt? Please let me know." And I have to read you his response. And he says right here, "Man, I don't want it. Man, I don't want it unless it's autographed. Then I'm going to sell it on eBay for about 1,000. I get some money to trade. I got to get some money to trade somehow." I says, "I got it, Larry. Consider it done. Please send me a link to the eBay listing so I can tell everybody and you'll get more bids." Oh, goodness gracious. Isn't that funny? Oh, man. We got some characters on this channel. And and just for that, I'm going to be sending him a shirt that he can verify has been worn by me, and it stinks. I'm going to refold it. It stinks so bad that there is a hole under the. So he's going to be getting a holy signed shirt, a holy shirt signed by me, Catfish Tyler. Okay, and yes, it even has some stains on it. Yeah, I've worn it before. I've worn it. I have washed it, but it still has a little bit of my DNA right there. So this is what you're going to get that you can auction off on your bid on eBay. But make sure you do note and take a picture of that hole under the arm, under this armpit. Okay. Make sure you don't get a disgruntled customer. Make sure they know that it has a hole under the arm. All right. And if you don't want the holy shirt, by the way, I'll send you another one. Just let me know what shirt you want. I've got a lot to choose from. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, what happened was this morning on the back of the shirt, where I was signing the shirt here on my desk, I had gotten a little bit of coffee that spilled and I didn't know it. And I turned it back over. So you're going to have a little Catfish coffee here. This will be some of the finest brew, the residue of the finest brew that came from Hawaii, just so you know. All right. Because this is coffee I'm having this morning that was sent to me from one of our viewers who was vacationing in Hawaii. Oh, yeah. So thank you very much for that coffee, and I'll try to get all of it off. It looks a little better now. There. See, you can't see it anymore. But that's how it got a little coffee on the back. If you want this to stay, the signature to stay, don't wash this shirt. Okay? If you want the signature to stay, please be advised, don't wash the shirt because it will not stay. This ink, it's supposed to be this right here. It says on here, permanent paint marker. It's for textiles. It's for shirts and fabric, but it isn't. It isn't permanent. If you wash this shirt, it will be permanently gone. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Now, someone did tell me that if you take a blow dryer and now you heat it up, that it will stay in the fabric. So you might try that when I get this shirt to you. I don't even know if he's here or listening right now. But Larry Pitts, Your shirt will be on its way to you if you want one that has a hole. If you don't, I'll just send another one. But anyway, I'm going to have to get another permanent ink marker because I'm almost out of ink. That was very light on that one. So anyway, we have a good time here on this channel, everybody. And I got also a message here from another one. Hi there. Thank you for all your knowledge and sharing. Silver Walker Monster. Okay. And I will get out your charts to you. Let me get out your spreadsheets to you right now. Silver Walker Monster became a monster level member of the tank. So we're going to go over here and we're going to get to my inbox. Just give me a moment here, folks. And I do want to send out to that monster level member what they deserve, and that is the spreadsheets. And they are right here. There we go. There we go. And we're going to copy this all right now. Just give me a minute, everybody. And we're going to send this out to our new monster level member, Silver Walker. All right. And we'll send that right now. And then we're going to also attach now the buy sell sheet, and we'll attach that now. Just give me a second, and then we'll be done with this. But I always like to make sure that my viewers who become members get their charts and things and spreadsheets sent to them immediately. So we're going to do that right now and copy that, put it over here, and we'll be done. And we'll be on our way to trading and looking up all these stocks people have called out today. All right. And so here we're going to attach the buy sell sheet. There we go. And then there it goes, and send it. All right. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now we have all those spreadsheets sent out. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't just teach people to day trade on this channel. I also have some spreadsheets here, and I'll show you right now. These are the stocks that I've been holding long. So I do not day trade these stocks. And these are actually my dividends. These are my long sheets. Now, they're going to update right now because these Google Sheets that I've created, these are the stocks that I've been holding for over the last year. Now, if you want this list, just like I just got through sending to Silverwalker, I'll send it to you if you become a monster level member. And you can see all of these stocks that I've owned over the last year. This is the market cap and PE ratio of these stocks. And over here is how they've done over the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, and last year. And even though these have done and performed extremely well over the last year, I cannot guarantee that they will continue to do so. But as a rule, most of these have done extremely well. And I have on this list right here, you'll be receiving about 57 stocks that I'm holding long. Okay. 57. And I want you to be aware of that. And that way you'll know what stocks it is that I'm investing in, that I'm holding long. And if you become a member of this tank, I'll show you how easy it is to do. to become a member of this tank, all you have to do is come over here, right here, and all you need to do is come down below here and click join right there. Now, when you click on join, be aware that as a Big Bottom Cat member, you will get notifications and you'll get a badge showing that you're a monthly supporter of this channel. If you come in at the monster level, you'll get the spreadsheets of the stocks I'm long and the ones that I hold that pay dividends and stocks that I day trade. And you'll get the buy sell sheet. If you come in at the Goliath level membership, which is $24.99, you'll get these same spreadsheets, but instead of just look at only, you'll be able to edit these and add your own stocks as time goes forward. Also, if you come in at the Goliath level, I will send you these badass candlestick codes for these candlesticks down here so that you can see these candlesticks. You can see them. And I have the code for these candlesticks. Uh, And there are other benefits to being a member of this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just showing you some of them. But if you come in at the monster level, you will not get these candlesticks. If you come in at the Big Bottom Cat for $5 a month, you will not get these candlesticks. If you come in at the monster level, you will get the spreadsheets, but you cannot edit them. And if you come in at the Goliath level, you get all the spreadsheets and you can edit them, and you'll get the code I'll send to you for this Charles Schwab Thinkorswim candlesticks. And unfortunately, these do not work with any other software. These are specifically candlesticks for Charles Schwab. And the advantage that these candlesticks give you is they show you on the green outside edge, that's the number of buyers. In the middle is the red, that's the number of sellers. So you got way more buyers than sellers, way more buyers than sellers, more buyers than sellers, more sellers than buyers, almost all sellers there, then all buyers coming in, buyers more than sellers, more sellers than buyers, then buyers coming in, more sellers, more sellers, more sellers. Okay. And you can see how that affects the price up above. And this stock here is SIDU. Okay. For those of you that are joining us late, these are the stocks which have been called out this morning. You might want to go over and take a look at them. We're about to do it now all together. But these are the stocks that have been called out by Tony Henry, Daryl Elliott, and Darkness Past. Okay. And I'm sure there are other ones that have been added since then. I just haven't looked at them. So let me go up here to my channel and click on YouTube Studio. And as of today, we're making a new resolution and we're going to stick to stocks today. And we're going to be talking 100% about stocks. And that is what we're going to do. We're either going to be talking about this channel or about stocks. And Gary Edwards, AMD 290, nice. Oh man, I bought that stock. The first stock I ever bought in my life was that stock, AMD. Well, it was the second one. The first one I bought was COMS, and it went from $80 a share to $116 a share. And then this is the second stock I bought, AMD. And I still own it. I still own a lot of this. And I bought it at $88 a share, folks. I even bought some at 86, 84, but 88 is where I got most of it. And look at it now, 290 a share. Nice. All right. Gary says Nike is coming up fast. All right. Thank you. We're going to be looking at all of these stocks here in a moment. And I see my shirt is, I'm showing it off right now. So Just give me a second here. All right. So let's get up here. We've got a lot of people who've been calling out things. All right, here we are. And there's a lot more chat than this. I don't understand why I can't get any higher in the chat. Wow, Kat, you look younger right now than you did 1 to 2 years ago. Well, thank you very much. Meininger, I appreciate that. Gary, oh my gosh, I have to eat this family size Caesar salad today. This is crazy. All right. Want to trade what I have to eat here? It's Ukrainian. Stop. Oh, no, no. I'll pass on that. It sounds tempting, but I'll have to trade Meininger in Ukraine. Uh, Gary Edwards, it's a lot of Caesar salad, but then again, Gary's a lot of man. The views went down because the algo got broken, Cat. Yep. When you cast every day for a long time, YouTube loves that regularity. The views plummeted when you went on the road and weren't on every day. It's how YouTube tries to make people slaves to their system. Thanks, Gary. Seems like a slow morning for runners. Yep. Tyler didn't sing that song I wrote. Meininger, what song did you write? Gary, just like Julius Caesar. uh, let's see here. Amir's Gaming. Hello, good morning. Ron Lubinsky. Sounds like Mr. Rogers, LOL. Meininger, ring that bell. What's up? Alpha to Omega. Hello there. Weavesters. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind on this stream. I am. Thank you for the love and poppers, everyone. I appreciate it. Here's a hard on for you. Thank you very much. I see that flowing in there. There's a hard on for you. Oh, we've got others flooding. Look at all the hearts. Oh, nothing beats a hard on in the morning. On a heart on the screen like this, nothing beats it, folks. It's true. Poet up 20% market now. Very good, VZ Rover. Nice. Nice. I showed everybody that yesterday and I said it looked good. POET, VZ Rover, you and Ridiggity. I have you both backing that stock. Yep. Poet. There it was. Poet, VZ Rover, and Ridiggity called that out on the 20th. Called it out on the 20th, folks. Nice. Good call out, guys. Congratulations. POET. All right, let's get up here. The Bass Assassin is laughing like crazy. You guys are all laughing about my t-shirt and the comment from the email, I'm sure there. Larry Pitts, that makes it vintage and gives it provenance. So, Larry, you still want my shirt with the tear in the underarm? I guess you do with a statement like that. So, Larry, that was a hilarious email you sent, and everybody, I'm sure, enjoyed it. Poet up 20% pre-market now. Nice. Gary Edwards, who wants a Gary is numero uno t-shirt that oh, oh my gosh. Oh no. 28 trader. All right. Thank you for that call out. DCX. All right, we'll be looking at it. Oh my gosh. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So I got too cracked up to read the whole thing, folks. It says Gary Edwards, who wants a Gary? I can't even read this. Who wants a Gary is numero uno t-shirt that I personally piss on? One love AC vent. coffee, coffee stains in the icing on is the icing on the cake. Gary says RLMLF has been halted for a few days. Wow. Uh, yes, it's a material capital raise. My order has not been posted. I got you, Amado Jimenez. It will unhalt on the ASX tonight at 8 p.m. There's rumors of a strategic partnership. Oh, and a placement at 7 cents. Okay. Christine says, poor Larry. I I think we're ripping over 10 cents with AUD within 1 to 2 weeks. All right, Gary, 100% profit, man. Probably by Friday. Wow. So the 5 cent price is no move, Amato says. KIDZ might be one to watch. Brad Fournay, thank you. KIDZ. Man, I got to get caught up to you guys. We're way behind on these chats. No, should be over 7 cents US dollars very soon. We're heading for 10, then 15, then 20. Gary's confident. I'm predicting 50 cents. Now, listen, folks, just because Gary's on here chatting it up about this does not mean you need to buy millions of shares of it, okay? Don't go diving in. We never do that. And if you're going to start in on this, go start slow, start easy, start small. Keep your powder dry. Let me replace the order to 7 cents. Drill campaign just added 250 drill holes because of the fast 4-1 approval. All right, they were planning 60 holes, now around 300. Start drilling in 1 week. Got it. Good morning, SIDU. We got yesterday up nicely today. That's right, Port Bear. It sure is. And it's going to go even higher. I believe it could go to $8 on the opening of the IPO for SpaceX. I believe SIDU could hit $8. And I'm not the only one that believes that either. Yep, Amado Jimenez. No, I don't do that. Okay, 7 cents Australian placement likely. Now is a good one to hold long. NOW says Mininger. Now. All right. And I got to get up here. Someone just mentioned KIDZ. There it is. Brad Ford A. Let me get your name by that. Brad. And Brad has called out some good ones in the past, folks. All right. Okay. All right. Mininger. Thank you. I'll take a look at it. NOW. Thank you. Amato, I got XRTX yesterday. Good. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, it's not Amato. It's Amanda. Amanda. I'm sorry. Amanda. Amanda. I'm sorry. Amanda Cooper. Thank you. Well, I was looking at that on this morning on the chart, XRTX, and I liked what I saw. Now we're going to move this chart here from 1 year to 1 day. This is SIDU. Just so you know, this morning already it was at 408, Savannah. Look at that. 408. Can you believe that? 408, Savannah. That's where it was this morning in the pre-market. And it might have even been last night, which was nope, it was at 404 this morning. 404 this morning, and they were at 408 a share, SIDU. Just so you're aware of that, folks. And I was telling everybody I thought it was a good buy yesterday when they took it down to the lows. And by the way, interestingly enough, this number that I told you that they just hit 408, after that, they dropped the price down to 388. That's right, Savannah. 388. Well, they got 389. 389, folks. They were going for 388 and they couldn't get it. But how many times have I told you on my buy sell sheet right over here to sell up at the very top the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8 and buy back at 89? Look at that number. There it is, folks, as clear as a bell. There's your buyback. You sell 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you buy back 78, 89, folks, is the number. It's not coincidence, people. I know what they're going to do. Sell the 88, folks. Sell the 87. Sell the 8. Sell that 408. Buy back at this price that I have on my buyback sheet, 89. It's not luck, folks. It's not circumstance. It's not, I know what they're going to do, folks. All right? Look here. What number's this? Probably $4. 404. 404. So here you go, folks. Today's going to be the 20-cent drop day. The first drop from 408 to 389. The 20-cent drop, 19 actually. And then here now we're going to see a drop from 404 to right there, and that was 398. And that is a 6-cent drop. So we're starting off with a 20-cent drop. Then we're going to go to the 6-cent drop. Okay. And this is SIDU, ladies and gentlemen, about to go back up over $4 a share right now. And I'm going to have everybody on this channel all day long looking at this stock and looking at what I'm showing you. And you better look at the longest term, 1 year right now. And the reason I'm showing you this, ladies and gentlemen, is because there has been a lot of resistance to this stock through this region. And it is my belief that if this stock moves from just here to there on the day of the IPO, it will rocket even higher. And I'm not talking about an IPO for SIDU. This stock right here is a space stock. And I'm telling you, I'm going to suggest anyway that on the shoulders of the IPO for SpaceX, this stock is also going to escalate. And I believe yesterday is proof of that fact that others know it as well. And they decided, let's release another announcement for a public share offering. So yesterday, and I was trying to show everybody this on the chart yesterday. If you look back to yesterday, you'll see something interesting. And I'm going to show it to you right now. All right. So let me show you yesterday. And here's what I want you to understand. Yesterday, the price in the pre-market was $4.55 a share. And this is a critical number because I have here a line of resistance there from way back before. This line of resistance goes way back, folks. And I could show you if I went on the 1 year chart. But these lines of resistance, they go back way back in history. Okay, that's why I have them here. So when it got to that line and it fell, then they started to recover. They came at it very heavy to this line. And that price, ladies and gentlemen, is right at $4. Okay, it's right at $4. This price, $4 a share right there. Okay. Now, why I'm showing you this is then during the daytime, and this price right here was actually 408, believe it or not, Savannah. So the market makers had driven it down from a pre-market price of at 7:17 in the morning, and they saw the energy that it had, and they stopped it at this previous 450. And then, ladies and gentlemen, at the open, they sold a bunch of shares and got the price down to 408. Now, some of us bought there. Some of us bought there. And then I want you to be aware of what happened. The next time they tried to attack it, they could not get to 408. They could only reach to this price. And that price was 416. So they realized then, we got trouble. Then they let it go up and they tried to pressure it again, and then they could only drop it to $4.21. So they realized here at this time that they were in trouble because they kept trying to push it down. It wouldn't stay. They tried here. It wouldn't stay. They tried here. Too much energy, too many people interested, too many buyers coming in. And so then they made one more push at 11 o'clock. And they again have failed to reach the previous low. And then they realized, man, what are we going to do to stop this? More came in and pushed it over the 200. So they said, oh, we can't have a triple upside crossover here. So let's attack it again. And how are we going to attack it? I got an idea. They said, yeah, we got to this line again and it responded. And then they said right at 12:59 p.m. Or I'm sorry, it was 11:59 yesterday. Here's what they decided to do to get, because they couldn't get it below this price anymore. They couldn't get it below here. They couldn't get it below here. They couldn't get it below here. So they made a phone call to a company called Benzinga. They're a news outlet, a stock news outlet. And they said, release the public share offering news. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, 5 days ago, this company announced a public share offering on April the 19th. The news came out on April the 19th. SIDU Space announces pricing of 58 million direct offering of Class A stock. So then yesterday, when those that are shorting this stock apparently saw that there was no way it was going to keep falling, what did they decide to do? They called up, and by the way, I want you to see, this is called milking a public share offering. On the day of the public share offering, only one news outlet announced it. Okay, only one. And I want to click on this announcement here, and then I want to look at this announcement right here. And I want you to see that down here, it was indeed April the 19th. Look down here, and you'll see the news that came out April 19th. And it says right here where my cursor is, SIDU announces, and look what time it was. Folks, if you don't know military time, this is 5:01 p.m. Right after an hour after the market closed, SIDU on the 19th decided to make a public share offering because they had just signed a big contract with Lone Star, okay? And they're going to be expanding their database, Lone Star, on space, on SIDU's space platform for storage. They're the first ones to do it. And so anyway, after this announcement was made, they're going to do this um, expand with Lone Star, which was made on the 17th. The announcement came out. Well, they need capital to do this expansion. So on the 19th, they announced a share offering, 58 million. Well, then look what happened the following day. Everybody decided to come up here and announce to the world that every news outlet that they wanted to announce that they had done a 58 million on the 20th. Look at all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 news outlets, 8, 7 new news outlets reporting, 7 different entities reporting the SIDU public share offering. And of course, this made the price fall from the high fives where we sold it at 583 and 586. They made the price fall all the way down to the low fours. Well, yesterday it started to recover and they were having trouble getting it below 416. They first got 408, then 416, then 421, then 429. And so what did they do? They decided to again release news yesterday. They decided to make news again and release another story. And it said SIDU space stock drops 58.5 million offering weighs on shares. Folks, this is on the 21st. The offering was made on the 19th, so they milked it on the 20th. And then when they were losing control of it and it started to run on them, they decided to release it to 4 more news outlets again on the 21st. Trying to put the nail in the SIDU coffin, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that's called. All right. When the announcement was made on the 19th, and then you take it all the way out to the 20th, the 21st, and you keep publishing this share offering, keep trying to beat the price down and get in. And the coincidental part of all this with SIDU that I want to share with all of you, the coincidental part is that while this has been dropping, if you look over here, you will see something interesting. This is on Fintel, Fintel. Do look down there at the institutional owners. 53 total, long only. And also notice this. The average portfolio allocation has been an increase of 1,101%. Well, that was yesterday, folks, 1,101. And while the price fell yesterday, take a look now. While the price fell, they went from 1,101 to 1,324%. They're gobbling up these shares, ladies and gentlemen. I just showed you they went from 1,101 to 1,324. You need to pay attention to this stuff. Okay, everyone? Pay attention to what they're doing. They're hoarding up these shares while the price just dropped. And I'm really hoping right now that I'll be able to see this on my video and I can take a picture of that number because I missed it. Hang on a second here. Hopefully I'll get to see it right now. There it is. And I'm going to get a picture of this. Yes. Hold on. Move over, Catfish, so I can see all of them. Here we go. There it is. Bam. That was yesterday. I wanted a picture of that, and I'm glad I got it right there. Good, 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 good. It was 1,101. 1,101, folks. And then, of course, they mysteriously run the price down yesterday to a low, and now it's increased by 1,324%. How do you like that, folks? SIDU. Huh. I wonder why, with the price of the stock falling so fast yesterday, why would all those institutions be increasing their portfolios? Anybody want to take a gander guess at that? Or anybody want to try to decipher that for me? Why in the world, with a stock price plummeting on a public share offering, would so many institutions be accumulating? Anybody want to guess? Oh, thank you very much for that beautiful sunshine balloon gift. Thank you, R. Richie B. Your name just goes on to this list for all these others. And we're having a drawing. We're going to be having a drawing on Friday. And these are all the people that are in on this Friday's drawing. And this shirt that I'm going to be giving away on this Friday is going to be a one of a kind. Okay. Just like the one I'm sending out to Larry. Okay. It's going to be a one of a kind shirt. And this is going to be the shirt that you'll be getting right here. I'll show you right now what the shirt is that we're giving away on this drawing. And we've got a lot of other shirts we're going to be giving away. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that this is a shirt that we're going to be giving away. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay. And I will autograph it if you'd like, but I've got to get a new pen for this. But this is the one we're giving away next. And then in the future, we'll be giving away these other shirts as time goes on. And these are going to be some one of a kind shirts, folks. You're never going to see any more. They're one of a kind. And we're going to be giving them away here on this channel. And they're going to be only enough to last about maybe 10 more weeks. And then we'll be out of shirts, folks. Only enough shirts to last about 10 more drawings, and then we're going to be out of shirts. And just so you know, every one of these will have my Catfish Tyler label on them, and I'll sign it if you want. And these are all the Catfish Tyler shirts that are going to be available, folks. This is going to be the last one that we'll probably give away. I don't know. I've got some others too, but anyway, folks, so this is the shirt for this week's drawing. And I have worn it, and I don't think this one has any holes under the arms, unfortunately. Yep, there are no holes on this one. But yes, it will be a shirt that I've worn before. And it will have Catfish DNA on it, I promise. Okay? So these are everybody that's in on this drawing Friday. And hopefully you will be the lucky winner. And actually, I'm incorrect. That was an old list. This is this week's list. Here we are. And so this is this week's list. This here's a new member, Silver Walker, just came in. So he got 2 entries in the drawing for becoming a monster level member. But these are the people that are on this list for the drawing. So your chances are good to win this shirt, folks. And R. Richie B, I saw your gift. Thank you. Another entry. Thank you for the sunshine gift. I appreciate it. And now we're going to get back over here. And we're going to look at all these stocks that people have called out this morning. And man, it's hard to catch up, folks, to all these stocks. It really is. Okay, here we are. And there's a lot of chat. I'm going to try to blow through here very fast to get everybody's chat read. I want to thank you all for making all your comments. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start right now, and we're going to read all these, and we're going to try to get everybody taken care of. All right, so now the OTC RLMF is halt today. Fines worth keeping. Thank you. Fines worth keeping. Thank you very much. ASX symbol RML will unhalt tonight at 8 p.m. Thank you, Gary Edwards. Amado Jimenez. No, I'm using Fidelity for this buy. It's all pending on the terms of the placements, which will be announced before 8 p.m. Wendy Twong. Good morning, Marty Alice. Good. How are you today? Could you please text all mineral stocks you recommend for all of us, please, and thank you. Port Bear. All right. Hey there, Wendy. Good morning. Port Bear up 55% since yesterday on CHIP. Thank you for that. CHIP. We'll write it down. CHIP. Got it. Thank you very much. Port Bear. Um, when I look at my list of people that are using different things, Port Bear, do you want to tell me what you're using? Because you must be using some sort of software to pick out these stocks. So, what leads you, Port Bear, to that CHIP stock? What kind of software are you using? If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. And if you don't want to be on this list, but if you tell me, Port Bear, I'm going to add you to this list of channel members that are using different types of software to target these hot stocks. Tank members and their trading tools. Okay. So, Port Bear, if you want to be, and anybody else that wants to be added to this list, please let me know what it is you're using, and I'll put you down here on this list of tank members using trading tools. So, Port Bear, are you using anything? Silver Walker says, Tyler, you should make a fishing boat charter for the group. Everyone pays their own costs. Heck yeah, man. We'd have a great time fishing. Okay, thank you, Jayhawk. I got it. Thank you, Jayhawk. Sent 100 for 2 joules. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jayhawk. We'll give you a couple entries for that in the drawing. Fines worth keeping sent Sunshine for 200. Got it. Fines worth keeping. Got it. Now, I don't actually know. I'm sorry, but I don't really know what these jewels are worth. But I don't think you sent me $200, correct? I don't think that's $200. If it is, I'll give you 5 entries, but I don't think it is. I think I'm not sure what the jewels are. I just see that right now I'm up to 351 in jewels, and I have no idea. That could be $3.50 for all I know, or it could be $35, or it could be, I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I've never really looked into it. I know one time I had over 2,000 in jewels. I'm not sure what they're worth, but they mean things because every one of them is just one more little bit of money that comes into the tank, and every penny matters. Every single cent makes a difference. Every one of them, they make a difference. All of it. It all matters. So I'll add you to the drawing, but usually the way that works for the drawing is $5 gets you 1 entry, $10 gets you two, $15 gets you 3 entries, $20 gets you 5 entries. Okay. So if you donate, also, you can also come over here and donate directly to the channel to my Cash App or Venmo. And that would be very sweet because, and then just let me know that you sent me some through Cash App like I got yesterday. And by the way, yesterday I had, and I need to add your names, and you people just give me a second. Hopefully I'll be back here within less than 10 seconds, but I want to run over to my Cash App and I want to see because several people donated through Cash App yesterday and I did not see those come in until last night. So please, you guys give me 10 or 20 seconds here. I'm going to try to step away. Hopefully, YouTube will not take off my stream while I put you on pause here for 10 or 20 seconds. So let me go get these names off Cash App, and I want to write them down on the drawing list. Give me just about 20 seconds, folks. I'll try to be right back. And if they shut off my stream, I'll reload the stream again and start it to go over in about 5 minutes. Okay, folks? Here we go. Let's see if they'll let me stay on or not. All right, I am back. And yes, I definitely want to say thank you very much to Rusty Prater, Amanda Cooper, and Brandon French. Thank you very much, Brandon French, for your donations. Amanda Cooper, thank you very much for your donations. And Rusty Prater, thank you for your donations to my Cash App directly. And I just saw my Venmo. Fines worth keeping. You can buy 50 jewels for 99, 300 for 499. Okay, got it. 300 then will be 300 jewels, and you got a drawing for the shirt. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it. 300 jewels shirt drawing chance. Okay, and thank you for that Venmo. I appreciate it very much. Now you guys gonna have to give me 5 more seconds to go to Venmo. Please hold on. And hopefully YouTube won't shut my stream off here. Here we go. We're going to Venmo. I'll be right back. I got to write down his name for how much he donated. Hold on. Yep. Thank you very much. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right. All right. And also, thank you, Jason Porteous. You have 2 entries now, Jason Porteous. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And to everybody else, okay, here we go. Let's keep it rolling down here. Um, okay, we're looking at other stocks that are being called out this morning. We got a lot of people calling out stocks here. And one of them was by R. Richie B. DCX. And he's not the only one to call that. That was also called out by 28 Trader, R. Richie. Thank you very much, R. Richie B. DCX. We'll look at it. Not financial advice. I am swinging. One Love says LYFT. All right. LYFT. One Love. All right. Thank you, One Love. And I'm having a hard time keeping up with everybody's chat here. It's really difficult to do so, but we're trying to. Trying to read everybody's comments here. And we're going to get there very soon, folks. So here we are on everybody's comments. And we're looking to try to get every stock they've called out. The OTC RLMS is halted today. Hey, that's okay. Let me get back down here. I've already read all this. Okay, I've read all this. Amado Jimenez says Robinhood. Amado, is that what you're using for picking out stocks? Marty's calling out Wendy right now. Oil stocks are jumping. BATL, TPET, EONR, and TMDE. Thank you, Marty. I'll write them down. BATL, TPET, EONR, TMDE. Okay, got it, Marty. Oil stocks. Okay, got it. And folks, these are just suggestions people are making out. You need to check into them. You don't have to buy them necessarily. They're just suggestions. Okay, we're gonna roll on down here. $5 for warrant trades. I usually trade options with AMD. Yep, at 218, 2020. It's only yep. So, yeah. Got it, Wendy. That's really good info, Wendy. I hold lots of AMD, but options are the way. Uh-huh. Fidelity charges a $50 foreign settlement fee. Amado Jimenez, AGPU, Jayhawk, AGPU is a rocket ship. Thank you. I'll look at it. Man, I'm trying to get down here and read all these. There's so many, folks. If you're joining us late, these are the stocks that have been called out this morning. You might want to take a picture of this and maybe run across and take a look at each one of these that's been called out this morning. Okay? These are the ones that have been called out this morning if you're joining us late. All right. Jayhawk, $5 to 14.47. Wow. DCX is called out again. We're probably going to get a new class of warrant with this placement, says Gary Edwards. Yep. Kevin earnings. I will start the bid at $5. All right, Kevin. I'm riding Buru to Dola Land this week. All right, good. BURU, the Bass. Thank you for letting us know. Doom Bunny Bomb. Gary, we'll look back fondly on the days we were trying to get 3-cent shares of RLMLF. Yep. Fines worth keeping. Marty Ellis, I have BATL average cost 386. Thoughts on it being a runner today, or should I sell half when up 20%? Still learning things. Yep, no problem. We'll look at that in a minute. BATL, we'll look at it. I'll put an asterisk beside it. We'll go to it first. I'm trying to get down here and see everybody's comments. I always do. Oil is a dip buy, in my opinion. I have orders waiting below. Mark Lucas said, hi, good morning, Mark. Bismarck, good morning, Kat and all. Hey, Kat, what are we doing with SoFi? Accumulating the lows. When it dropped to $16 and $15, I bought more. I had already sold and banked away 1/3 of my SoFi shares when the price was at $32, and I had that money just sitting there waiting. So I bought more when it was in the 15s. I even bought 1488 and then 1508. I bought 1508 and 1522, and then so I bought a lot again. I'm almost back up to 45,000 shares. Someone put me in onto VG a while back, and it was a real banger. I think it's been hammered down back to bargain buy again. Doom Bunny Bomb VG. Okay, I know who that was, and that was Double K. He was behind that VG. He was saying, "Hey guys, this is a good play here." So thank you for letting me know. Doom Bunny Bomb. All right. Finds worth keeping. I am holding SoFi. Yep. Well, a lot of my viewers are here holding SoFi, and they started buying it in the $4 range with me about 2.5 years ago. So they're not down on it. That's for sure. The other, it's come off of its high at $32, and it dropped to half. It lost 50%. But that stock has done that so many times, you shouldn't be surprised. Man, that thing went over $10 to 11.70, and then it went back down to 6.41. So that's a common amount, 50% down, 48% down. Very common for that stock, SoFi. So it's been done before, and it'll be done again in the future. One day it'll be $60 a share, and then they'll take it down to 40. Brad Lynch is a master of penny company to billion-dollar company, and he's been playing a strategic placement partner role. All right. Now, earnings after close today. NOW. Thank you, Christine K. Thank you for that good tip. You're the second one to call out now. And I'll put your name next to Meininger. Meininger. And he's, by the way, folks, he's over in Ukraine. Meininger's over in Ukraine, folks, right in the war zone. And he's not the only one that listens here from the Ukraine. I know we've had several other people here from the Ukraine. So thank you very much, Christine K. I'll write your name down next to his as a suggestion for that stock, NOW. Yep. So that's the second one to call that out. Let me roll on down here. And I'm going to put earnings at close. After 4 p.m. Okay. Got it. Thank you very much. R. Richie B. WBUY. Thank you very much. Buster Brown, it was called out yesterday. That LOCL was called out yesterday by, let's see here, Don Bordelon called that out yesterday. LOCL, Don Bordelon is the one that called this one out yesterday. LOCL. So congratulations, Don, I guess, from someone bringing it up again today now. Now, if you're late here this morning to the venue, these are all the stocks that have been called out this morning. And we got a slew of them, people. All right. So if you want to take a picture, these are the stocks that have been called out by our viewers this morning. If you want to take a picture or if you want to pause the screen, these are ones that are apparently on everybody's radar screens or their scanners. Okay. And for those of you that are new to the channel, we work here as a team together on this channel. We have a lot of traders over here that are using different, I call these trading tools. You can see the members' names or the user IDs over here on the left, and you can see what they're using in the way of tools to help target hot stocks. And if you're here on this channel long enough, you'll find out that many of these individuals have been very, very good at picking hot stocks. And this is the software that they're using, okay? And you can kind of keep your eye on the performance of these people who call these out, like Chevy Blue. He's had a great track record of picking out big ones, and he's using Stock Titan Scanner. That's what he's using. So if you find something that's successful that these people who have been calling out stocks and made big moves, well, then you might want to pick up some of this scanning equipment for yourself, okay? And I'm just telling you, I make no guarantees on these stocks when people call them out, but these are the ones today that have been called out. And thank you very much, Christine. Yep. Kat, keep up the good work. Love listening to Double K. Oh yeah, yes indeed. Thank you very much. And Christine, uh, your name is now going to be added to this list of individuals who have a chance to win this shirt's drawing this weekend. On Friday, we do it at 4:08 p.m. So make sure you're here on Friday if you can be at 4:08 p.m. Christine. All right, Christine K. Thank you. And your donation for $10 gives you two chances to get in here and be a winner, Christine K. And the shirt that you'll be getting is going to be a pre-owned, pre-worn Catfish shirt. It's a 2X. You can sleep in it if perhaps. It's going to say, I could be wrong. And on the back, it says, but I don't think so. Okay? I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And that's going to be the shirt that you're going to be getting. This is the shirt that was won this week. And I did sign this because I'm going to send it out to our friend Larry Pitts. And this is the shirt he won for his on the drawing we had Friday. And I understand, Solo Lee, you got your shirt. Thank you for letting me know today that you got your shirt. And I hope you like it. Remember, if it was autographed, make sure that you heat that up with a blow dryer and it will set the ink into the shirt before you wash it, okay? Any autographed shirts, you have to heat them up with a blow dryer right where I signed it, and that will let the ink absorb more into the material, okay? I got that from one of my viewers here because the pens that I'm using here, they say permanent paint marker, and they're for uh, textiles, they're for fabric, but they won't stay in the shirt if you wash it unless you take your blow dryer and put it over the autograph and heat that ink into the shirt. Okay, that's what I was told. And then it might stay if you wash the shirt. But if you wash the shirt without doing that heating it up, I can guarantee you it is not permanent. It will be permanently gone. I right now, Richie B say there's massive buys on DCX and WBUY. Marty Ellis says bought Buru, that's the Bass Assassins stock, at 19 cents. Didn't buy enough. BURU, yep, that's the Bass Assassins stock. Kat, has anybody called out LOCL? We'll look at it again. Donald Trump was discussing it with a congressman the other day at a Republican convention. Okay, Joey B, ATAI, still on my spark list. One of the only psychedelic plays that held up and didn't sell off. Has huge investment from connected Peter Palantir. This baby has a second extension coming. Joey B's calling out ATAI. All right. And also, I know that Joey B happens to be using some software. He is using Interactive Brokers software, and he's using Bloomberg News, and he uses Chat GPT. So thank you, Joey B. We know you're using some fine software to find these things, so we're going to take a look at that one for sure. ATAI. Thank you, Joey B. Now we're going to come over here, and I've almost gotten to the bottom of all the chat here. The tungsten and antimony for the U.S. mill is 90% coming from this district over the next decade. It's the armor and arrows. It never ran dry. It was motherballed after the Korean War in favor of cheap China ore. Okay, my DCA on WBUI 131 now, and DCX 211. Got it. Okay. I'm going to put that down that you stated that. Please hold a second here. We buy W by 131, 1.31, and DCX is 211. Okay, 211. And if these happen to make big runs like our stocks have done in the past, and I just want to show you guys these top gainers that we've had. And I want you to know that I really appreciate it. And if these happen to be other big runners, then we'll add them to this list and we'll be able to put your name on here. From now on, everybody's going to get recognition for stocks that they pick out that run up big time. All right. And we've had some good runners from April 10th, I know, but I haven't been adding them. I'm sorry. Uh, my grandchild is here, and I'm not doing it as much as I used to do after hours. All right, let's get over here. Immediately, the first thing I want to talk about is the stock that I've been pumping here and tell you I think it's worth. And that stock that I want to look at right now is SIDU. So I want to look at it right now out of the gate, and there she goes, right on up. SIDU. This is the stock I suggested you buy yesterday. It is now 410 a share. The public share offering amount is at 435. So I do expect to see this go back up very nicely. I tried to explain to everybody yesterday that what was happening with this stock yesterday was the market makers were short. The shorters of this stock were having a deep problem. They had a big problem because they could only make the price go down to 408. And then they could only make it down to 416. And then they could only make it down to 420. And it went all the way back up to 428. And they called a card. They called on one of their trump cards, and they called Benzinga. They called Benzinga on the phone, and Benzinga agreed to redistribute old news. And Benzinga comes out with an article saying that SIDU space drops as 58 million offer weighs on shares. This was released, by the way, 3 days after it was actually done. That's right. They had already announced this on the 19th. But in order to help out the shorts who were having a big problem holding this thing down, they released the news about the public share offering. 4 days after it happened, they released the news as if it's some new event. On the 21st, you can see they released it and says right here, SIDU Space announces closing of offering. On 21st, they tried again here on the 21st to use old news from the 19th. They decided to milk it on the 20th and send it out to 8 or 10 different news providers. And then on the 21st, when they couldn't get it down below 420 a share, they decided to use the same old news on the 21st to make the price drop. And so yesterday, of course, the price on that news, which came out at 11:59, I will show you the time right here. And interestingly enough, this story broke right here at 11:59. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 1 minute before noon, 1 minute before the lunchtime low that they usually acquire. And they knew they could get that lunchtime low to be even lower if Benzinga came out with another news wire announcing the public share offering that was already announced on the 19th, folks. And here they come out with it on the 21st at 11:59 and 36 seconds, the timing of it right before lunchtime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a conniving bunch of bullshit is what it is. And now you can see the results. Look at this thing, folks. SIDU. And I also told you yesterday that since it ran down so fast from this price to this price, that it could now run right back up. And I was freaking right. Look at that thing go right back up, like I said yesterday. Right back up, people. I called it. I called it, and you know it. You know I called it, folks. I want to congratulate all of you that did not fall for that bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. SIDU, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's going to go to $8 a share from where it is now. The public share offering that they made 4 days ago, that it's at $4.35 a share. The public share offering of 13.5 million shares was at $4.35 a share. But boy, did they pull a fast one yesterday with the help of Benzinga to make the price fall from 424 a share down to 368. And I told you guys this was a weak operation. Otherwise, they would have got to 366. This was very weak, I told you. Pitiful. Sad, I called it, that they could only get it down to 368. Why not 366? And I told you this was a sign that whatever entity was behind this, who called Benzinga to make him re-release a story from 3 days earlier to make the price fall, I told you it wasn't going to stay here. And I told you also, ladies and gentlemen, look how fast it just fell to that number. It could easily do it right back up. And there it is, right back up, just what I called. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, that friggin' 10-day red line moved from 426 a share down to 375. A 50-cent drop of the 50-day moving average. 50 cents. Well, from this number now, it could go back up 50 cents. From 375, it could go right back up to 425. And what do you know? That's where it just was. It's just what happened, folks, and I called it out for you. It's not luck, folks. I'm not a lucky investor, okay? I've been trading for 26 years. And if you like what I just showed you, for those of you that are here, 77 of you, I'd appreciate it if you would consider here at 8:36 and 48 seconds hitting the like button. All right? And we'll actually do it at 8:40. All right? I want to thank each and every one of you for your due diligence. These are the stocks that have been called out this morning. I want to let you all take a look at them. And wow, I cannot keep up with all this chat. I just can't keep up with it, folks. Marty says ELPW. Well, here you go, folks. This is all the stocks that have been called out this morning. And it is a slew of stocks that have been called out this morning. Take a picture. Take a picture, folks. Snap a picture of that and go and look over all these stocks. I'm going to try to look at them all now. Man, oh man, what a huge number of stocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 stocks called out this morning. But Congratulations. I know I polled everybody yesterday. Did you buy SoFi in the low fours with me around 408 or below? And a lot of people said yes, they did. So I'm glad to see it back up over that now at 411, 412. And I believe it will go as high as about $8 on the shoulders of the SpaceX IPO. All right. But congratulations if you bought into this stock with me yesterday. And now I'm going to go up here and I want to take a look at all the stocks that we have had called out. We're going to go to the 1 day, 1 minute chart on all these. And we're going to start with these stocks that are up at the top and work our way down. Okay. One of them that's been called out by a lot is DCX. So we're going to look first at BATL, then DCX, and then we'll go to the other ones. So here's BATL, and they just beat it down. There was the drop. There was the fleecing. There is the run, BATL. And it looks good, folks. It's up. It's down 14% today right now, but rising quickly back up. BATL. And I like it, so I'm going to trade this now. And I'm going to come over to BATL. And oh my goodness, Savannah, look at that. They just ran it up to 407. And now the buy is going to be at 397, folks. And I'm going to come in at 397, 396, 395, coming in at 394. We are now going to buy at market, and we're going to try to buy also 399, 398. Folks, they don't want this to go over $4, and they're going to bring it back down here again where they've already clocked all these if they can. Now I'm going to buy at market, and I just filled at 401 a share. 401 is what I just filled at. Coming again at 401 and 399. And the price is now at 405, folks. It's gone, folks. It's gone. And the stock is BATL. BATL. Good call, Marty. And oil stocks are making the move today. And I just bought it at 401. And this is the stock I'm buying, BATL, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you. It is now it is now down 13%. And there she goes. She's out of here. Yep, she's out of here now. And ladies and gentlemen, off in the distance, I can hear something, okay? I hear something off in the distance. And I think you might be able to hear it too. I'm not sure whether you can hear it or not, but I believe I can hear it off in the distance. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And ladies and gentlemen, the sound that I'm hearing happens to sound like a train. And this is the stock that I hear it right now on. And maybe you can hear it too if you put your ears low to the track. But I hear it, folks. All aboard. And as I would want you to be aware of with this stock, I want you to be aware that there is going to be a lot of resistance to try to keep it from going over $4. And they've already attempted that. You can see they've made a very large effort to hold it here underneath $4 for some time. They're making a big effort because they don't want to be in the money on Friday come Friday over $4. So you can see now I'm going to put my orders in here again, still at 399 and 398. And you can see what's happening with this stock right now. It is called BATL. This is a oil stock, folks. BATL. This was called out by Marty. Called out by Marty, and it looks strong here. Oh yeah. And I'm following underneath it, picking up these little pullbacks once in a while. And they will do it. They'll keep trying to take it down to 4. They're going to try to do it, folks. And every single drawback, I'm going to catch them right here, folks. This is what I do. And I'm only buying 20 shares at a time. Okay. I'm not coming in here for 500 shares because I think it's going to run on up. I don't know what it's going to do. But right now, I know I've made $6 since I started buying it. And I can only presume that it's going to go higher. So I'm going to stay in here below it. And they're going to stop it at 408, folks. It'll come back down. It'll come back down. Just be patient. And now I'm going to pull those orders away that were just below because I want it to drop to 405. There we go. There we go. That was nice. I knew they'd do that. Oh, they're going to come down. Let's take this one away too. Let's yank that away. And the stock I'm on, ladies and gentlemen, is BATL. And we're going to go over here to the monitor page now. And today, my account value is up $1,586. That's my profit today, $1,586. And now I'm up 1,606. And the stock that I'm making money on today, ladies and gentlemen, is obviously SIDU, which I'm up 1,508 on now. This is the one I'm up on, SIDU, 1,511 is how much I'm up today on that. Now I'm down on it since I bought into it the third time, but I am certainly up very nicely on this stock because you guys bought this with me in the $2 range. Okay. So right now, congratulations for those of you that came in on SIDU. Now we're going to run over here, get to the charts, and this is BATL right here, folks. BATL on a triple upside crossover of the 200-day moving average. Well, really, the 50 never actually made it below the 200. They just bounced the 50 off the 200, and off she goes, BATL. Very nice to buy in on that right there. That was a good entry, folks. BATL, and there she goes. And by the way, that price right there on the low was $3.80. And if you look at my buy sell sheet, you're going to see over here that it says buy back right down here. It says buy back the 82 and 83 right down there at the bottom. Right there, 82, 83, 84. Those are buybacks, folks. And so there you can see where they took it to right there. This price right here was 83 cents. 83 cents. That's a good buy-in. Look at it now, folks. BATL. It's at over $4 now. My first order's filled, I think, at $3.99. So congratulations, BATL. Silver Walker. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning. Yep, several people have looked at Buru this morning, so I want to take a look at Buru. But what a great buy there on BATL right there. Nice, everybody. If you went in with me, congratulations. That's the stock that I just bought, BATL. And now I'm going to change over here to take a look. And by the way, when he called it out this morning, I put an asterisk beside that one. That's why I wanted to go look at it just then, because I put an asterisk beside it. It's an oil play, folks. These are all oil plays. BATL, TPET, EONR, and TMDE. Marty called them out, all oil stocks. All right, now let's go look at SIDU. And I just bought BATL at 401 because I knew they were bringing it back down below $4. And what do you know? SIDU today up 14% after yesterday's Benzinga bash. The Benzinga bash yesterday. And coincidentally, the price is now not $3.70 something cents. But I told you if I bought those shares at 388 yesterday, I'd sell them at 420 or more. I told you that. And there they are, 433. And the public share offering price was 435 a share. There it is, folks. They just received the amount. They're gonna stop it at 435 a share because that is the public share offering amount, 435. So that's why they just tried to stop it right then. The price has already hit 441 out of the gate this morning, folks. I told you that Benzinga was a fake news story, old news to make the price drop. That's right. So let me explain for all of you who might not know. The other day, I was telling everyone a month ago to buy this stock when it was priced at in the $2 range. And to those of you that are on this channel, many of you I already know bought in the low twos because I asked, have you bought into SIDU in the low twos with me? And 40% of my viewers said yes. They had bought in on SIDU in the low twos with me. Well, then the price shot all the way up to here. And when it did, they had on this news, they had that they had done signed a deal with a company. Oh my gosh, honey. Look at what my wife just set in front of me. What? I don't deserve it. Oh my, I just got this. I'm not sure I should eat it then if I don't deserve it. If I'm not worthy. Look at that, folks. Tatas. That's what I see. I'm sorry, but they're staring me right in the face. And there's no other way around it. She said, she just said, that's another reason you don't deserve it. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Gary says, clearly Tartarian. Cheryl, Cheryl says, not laughing. Uh, hey there, Chuck. Welcome to the tank. Uh, we do calls. We buy the low, we sell the high. Thank you, honey, for putting up with me. I know I'm hard to tolerate at times. She says, yeah, we're going to talk later. Uh-oh, folks. Well, this might be the last day you see me. I might should say farewell to all of you. Ta-ta, everybody. Today at 4 o'clock after the closing, I'm going to be saying ta-ta to every one of you. Might be for a long time. And listen, I am not psychologically problemed, and I will not be doing anything to myself that would be in any way harmful. So I'm just letting you know, if something should happen and you don't see a live stream come on tomorrow at 6:48 or somewhere before 7 a.m., then because I can't guarantee I always make it on at 6:48. This morning I was about 4 minutes late. But anyway, I try to be pretty flat. Oh, hey, the Bass Assassin, you're the second one to call out AGPU. Thank you. And that was always also called out by Jayhawk. So deal with NVIDIA. Thank you. I'll write that down. All right. Thank you very much. So, in case you're joining late today, these are all the stocks that have been called out this morning. Okay. So, yep, I know it. RDW. I know. RDW. Yep. Thank you. Joey B. RDW. And also, I want to take a look at GPRO. Let's take a look at all these stocks. Looking at the 1 day now on SIDU, and I absolutely called this. Now, you guys who are not aware of this channel and what I do here, I've been trading for 26 years, and I want you to know that yesterday I explained to everybody that they were having so much trouble getting this price to fall below the previous day's low midday that they needed assistance. They were needing an assistance. So they called, instead of this low that they got in the pre-market, when they could not revisit that low again, and they were running into all this problems, and they did run it down in the pre-market, but then it started to recover so nicely. They called Benzinga, and they said, Benzinga, we know that the public share offering by this company was made 3 days ago. We know that it was made 3 days ago. Benzinga, could you re-release the story of a public share offering? And they did that yesterday at right before noon. The price was sitting at 430 a share, and they did another announcement like SIDU had done another $58 million public share offering. They put the news out yesterday, and they didn't do another one. Even one of my users, people on the channel said, oh my God, look, Catfish, SIDU just made another 58 million. Well, that's what they wanted to do, folks. They wanted to use the same old news that made the price fall that far. They wanted to use that story again yesterday morning to make it fall that far. Now, what I told everybody was, because this was actually repeat old fake news, that this would not stay down. I told you, likely once it gets to here, it will quickly go right back up. I told you that, and look at it today, right back up. And I called it, folks. I absolutely called that. When I heard how they made it drop, I told you this was just a ploy. And I told you this is a place to buy it, folks. Just went from red to green. All right. Steve J's calling out RCAT. And thank you for letting me know about RCAT and DXF. Okay. Now I'm going to be looking at a lot of stocks that have been called out this morning. I'm going to be looking at every one of them. And congratulations if you bought SIDU with me. I told you that was a big freaking lie yesterday just to scare more people out. And I want you to be aware of something else. And I'm going to show you guys right now. Okay. And it's important to be aware of these things. Just give me a second here. And let me get signed in on my iCloud. Just give me one moment. I just got a verification code 102351. 102351. And here we go. Now, here's what I want you to notice, if you don't mind, because this is the kind of stuff that I love to share with people. And I'm going to show you now. All right. And hopefully I'll have a picture of this so you can see it. Here's what I want you to notice. That yesterday, prior to the re-announcement of a public share offering, I had noted that institutional owners' portfolio allocation was up 1,101% over the most recent quarter. Do you see that? Now, this was yesterday before the price collapse on the old news that was released by Benzinga. Yesterday, before the news came out from Benzinga, which made the price of the stock fall another 30 cents on that old news, look what happened to institutional ownership and the additional shares to institutional ownership and their portfolio allocation from yesterday to today. Look now, they went from 1,104 to 1,324 today, folks. What are you saying? You mean to tell me that while everybody else was panic selling yesterday on that rerun news, the institutions increased their portfolios from an allocation addition of 1,101.73 most recent quarter? And while the price dropped yesterday, you mean to tell me that they jumped in and added even more? Yes, they did. And there's the proof of it right there. SIDU, average portfolio location, increased all the way up to 1,324 while the price dropped yesterday. Isn't that interesting? That's right. You can see right here yesterday, average portfolio allocation. Yesterday, the average portfolio allocation was only 1,000. Oh, by the way, this is my family at Buffalo Wild Wings last night. I told you we were going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Check that out, folks. And there's Maisie right there. And we had a great time at Buffalo Wild Wings. And so there you go. Salut, everyone. I hope you're not hungry right now. And as you can see, we got our daughter some of those amazing boneless chicken wings. All right. And just so you know, a little tip to anybody, on Tuesdays, it's buy one, get one, and beers are discounted if you choose the right beers. and their happy hour ends at 6 o'clock. So if you can get to your Buffalo Wild Wings before 6 o'clock, order all your beers before 6 o'clock and have them pre-ring them up. There'll be $1.50 less per beer if you order all the beers and just have them ring you up for 12 beers. And then you can get them all at the discounted price as you continue to eat. Pay for 12 beers and have them bring it out one at a time. Okay? This is a tip I'm giving you guys. I'll take an onion ring. Kathy Nishi, what? Hello there. Didn't go up high enough. It was $5.54 when I purchased it, and you said it was good. Oh, it still is. It's going to go up to $8. And by the way, after you bought it at $5.54, Kathy, you should have sold it with me when it went up to $5.83 and $5.86. Okay. Anyway, I'm just giving you a tip that if you go into these places and they have a happy hour, go ahead and ring yourself up for a whole bunch of them. Even if you don't drink them, you're still going to save money. All right. I'm just giving you a tip. That's the insider tip of the day. All right. Now let's get over here and look at all these stocks that everyone's calling out. Freddie Marco says AGPU is fantastic. And so right now we're going to look at SIDU on the 1-day chart. And I love it here. I think it's a good place to buy SIDU again, just barely below that 50-day average. I like it there. Price $4.22 a share. Folks, we bought this yesterday in the 370s and 380s and 390s. And by the way, Kathy, just because you bought at 554, my tactic of buying is only to buy 30 shares there, or maybe 20 shares, or even only 10. Not to pile in there at that price. We buy in very small increments and we keep our powder dry, okay? That's my suggestion, all right? Okay. Well, as you guys just saw, we're going to be looking. These are the stocks that have been called out today. Please take the time to look this list over. You might find some that are really, really taking off. So please look this list over here. Take a picture. Go look at these stocks because many of them are going off, folks, including RDW, called out by Joey P. So guys, please take a look at these stocks. Take a picture if you want to of this list. But we're going to start off at the beginning that was called out early this morning, Tony Henry. And I like it here. I would buy more right here of this SIDU. I'd buy it right on that 50. The SIDU is another entry point right here. I believe, folks. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And I wonder if they'll call up Benzinga. I wonder if they'll call up Benzinga today and guys say, hey guys, can you run that story again about the public share offering? Yeah, folks, they could easily do that. They could call Benzinga again because the price is at the same amount it was yesterday when they did it, $4.24 a share. That's the exact same price as what the stock was yesterday when they called Benzinga and said, please re-release a story about a public share offering. And they did for them. They did it for them to help them bring the price down where we could buy it yesterday in the 380s. All right, Alexa, call Double K.
Calling Double K.
SIDU, folks.
Good morning.
All right, good morning, Double K, and I hope you bought in when I called you on SIDU yesterday. I told you that Benzinga had come out with a story at 11:59, and they dropped the price 35 cents a share, and I called you and said, brother, get in now. I hope you did because it's up freaking 12% this morning and rising right now.
I get it. I still own it.
Yeah, baby. And man, oh man, and my buyers were buying in with me yesterday in the 370 range, and we got it now up to 422 a share and rising. So congratulations, everybody that was buying with me. We got Double K here. He's checking in with us from down in Cocoa Beach, Florida area, very close to Cape Canaveral, where he gets to watch all the rockets launching. And he's been watching a lot of the SpaceX. And speaking about that, SIDU is a space stock. And my feeling, and I'm sure Double K might agree with me, this is going to ride on the shoulders of the IPO by SpaceX. And I believe it has the potential to go from this $4 range up to double this, around $8 by the SpaceX IPO date. That's what I believe, and I could be wrong, but we'll all just have to
I
wait.
agree. I
And
agree.
and Double K agrees. And listen,
Um,
go ahead.
there's a new one that uh, people need to look at.
Okay, good. There's a new one. There's a new one. And Kathy, by the way, says that I did. Okay. Oh, okay. I did, she said. Kathy says I did. So you did, you're saying you only bought a small amount when it was in the 550s. And hopefully you bought yesterday when they dropped it down to 370 on that Benzinga old story. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Double K. I have to address people when they respond to my questions. And she just responded to me, Kathy did. So I wanted to make sure and respond back to her. So good deal then, Kathy. All right, what's going
Yeah,
on,
I'm fine.
Double?
I'm fine.
What's going Double K? What else is in the we should have our eyes on?
Well, another space stock that looks very interesting that has been brought to my attention. It's kind of a new one. It's called FJet.
F Jet. F is in Frank.
JET.
JET. Okay. Thank you very much.
It hasn't been out long. If you take a look at the chart and everything, but it looks like it's going to get some momentum here.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, as you can